Leaves of 3, let it be, never hug a hairy tree. This is poison ivy, and I am Mary with the Kreher Preserve and Nature Center. Most people don't think of poison ivy as an important source of food for wildlife, but it is. Deer will browse on poison ivy, so will my horses. Bears have been known to eat the berries off poison ivy. And in the wintertime, these berries also provide an important food source for many birds, like the phoebe that was in my last video, and woodpeckers. But these are the flowers on a poison ivy vine. I don't want to get too close to get a better picture, but poison ivy does flower. And these flowers in the late summer will develop into berries that will sustain many a bird throughout the winter. So poison ivy does cause terrible rashes in people, and over time you do become more sensitive to it with repeated exposures. I know I unfortunately have, but I still like to keep a few vines growing in my yard to help my birds through the winter. I'm going to go find another vine now that most people consider a nuisance or a weed, but it is in fact an important source of food for wildlife. Here we have a wild muscadine vine, and these vines will grow very thickly wherever they decide to grow, but in the late summer they will put on grape-like fruit that the deer absolutely love. So again, I try to keep a few of these vines growing in my yard so that the deer will have something that they can eat in the late summer and early fall. And we had a tree fall in the storm that knocked down this lovely poison ivy vine, and you can see the flowers a little bit better here. All right, off to another vine. Virginia creeper is another vine that grows in my yard. Many people confuse Virginia creeper with poison ivy, but as you can see, there are 5 leaves on Virginia creeper, and the 2 leaves here lack the mitten shape that the leaves on poison ivy have. Virginia creeper, if it gets enough sunlight, will flower, and the flowers of Virginia creeper are important to many pollinators, bees and flies and even some butterflies. Again, it will produce berries in the late summer and fall that are an important food source for cedar waxwings and bluebirds, which I know are 2 birds that many people get excited to see because they are very beautiful. Virginia creeper is also the host plant to many species of moths. Their caterpillars will eat the Virginia creeper vine. So again, I like to leave a few Virginia creeper vines growing around my yard to provide food and shelter for many species of animals. There are other vines that I'd like to show you, but I'll save them for another video. I would like to encourage you all to maybe leave just 1 poison ivy vine growing up a tree in your yard, or 1 Virginia creeper vine growing up something in your yard, or maybe even try to cultivate a muscadine vine in your yard because you can enjoy the fruit of that as well. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you will get out into your backyard and see what's growing on there.